Good morrow, good people, and welcome back to Cooking with the Marshalls. Today we got some dumplings, a Madombolo, and Oxtail. I'm gonna let Mrs. Marshall take over. Take it away.
So today we're making dumplings and oxtail. We got our already washed oxtail. We got plain for oxtail. We're going to use mixed herbs, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika. We're going to use 2 beef cubes, beef stock, and we're going to throw in a few vegetables, including we're going to start off by putting a little bit of vegetable oil in our pan and just let it warm. Put it on low heat, and we're going to take our oxtail. We're going to drop it in there. You want to brown it. I normally do this with brown sugar, but I didn't want any brown sugar in today. I just wanted to make it very simple and cook it simply. You keep turning your oxtail and making sure that you get all the pink out. I want it browned everywhere. Keep turning it to get all the pink out. So here is our oxtail, and this is how it should look. It looks very brown. So what we're going to do now is I'll fill the kettle. We're going to add hot water to the oxtail. We're going to bring our beef stock in there, beef stock cubes in there. We throw them in. We want the flavors to go in. I would have done, we just stir and let it dissolve. Yeah, normally do it with also with very fresh chili, but Mr. Marshall is not a fan of chili, and he normally enjoys my oxtail, so I just didn't want to spoil it for him this time around. So we're just gonna stir. And put the lid on. We have it at guess mark 3, if you can see. We have it at guess mark 3, so we'll leave it at that. In a separate bowl, I'm going to take yeast, and I'm going to measure 2 tablespoons one tablespoon of yeast. This is 2 teaspoons, and I'll measure half a teaspoon. We've measured a tablespoon of yeast. We're going to measure in 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. This is to activate the yeast. And we're going to pour in 2 cups of lukewarm water. And we stir. so that it comes together. So here is our dough. It's looking good. We just turn it around and we throw it in there. We're gonna leave that to raise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this with another bowl, and I'm just gonna put it close to the stove because the cooker is hot, and it will raise. The heat will help it raise. So we continue to check our oxtail. It's cooking nicely. We haven't put anything into it. It's still that water with the beef cubes or stock cubes. So we let it just cook. And we check our dough. It's raising very well. We'll leave it until it sort of to the brim. Look how beautiful that looks. I've decided to do this with a wok. We're gonna add 1 cup of hot water to the pan for our dumplings. And we're just gonna let it boil. And then we're gonna bring our dough. Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, this is what we wanted. So we're gonna take with a little bit of flour on our hands so that they don't stick, and we're gonna do our first dumpling. We roll it like that. Doesn't have to be a perfect shape. And then I just spread it a little, and we're gonna drop it in the boiling water. I've never done this with a wok. Hopefully it works. So we have to work pretty quickly. We have to work quickly. Do that. Here's our second dumpling. I'll try and get them almost the same size. It can be quite tricky. And you should always put the lid back on. This one looks a little bit big. And you place them strategically in the pot. You should always place the lid back on, because dumplings are basically steamed bread. So we cook more from the steam than water. If there's just too much water, it hardens the dumpling and it comes out quite chewy. It's a little messy job, but the results are just fantastic. I did not know how to do dumplings up until my niece called Newo taught me how to do this. She's a fantastic cook, a young woman of 32 years. She's an amazing cook. She's the one who taught me how to make really puffy dumplings. She taught me all these tricks. All credit to her. And we put in our last dumpling. There we go. That's how it looks. Keep it covered. And I've left it at gas mark 3. I've just washed my vegetables. I'm gonna crush my garlic. I have a garlic crusher, but I think I want it crushed then sort of chopped finely chopped. Maybe I should have gone in with the garlic crusher, but it is what it is now. We're done with our garlic. I'm going to push it to one side. And you want them thick because you don't want them disappearing in the oxtail. You still want to see your veggies in there. So I'm not going to finely cut. I'm going to do chunks. But not way too big. You don't want them completely disappearing in there. Same thing with your onion. You don't want it disappearing in your stew, in your oxtail, sorry. So I'm chunking it as well. The carrots, same thing. Not too thin, probably about this size. Not too chunky. So we're gonna check on our oxtail. That's how it looks. It's already falling off the bone, and we still have a little bit of water in there. I don't want it because we're still going to add liquid in it. I'm just going to scoop some of this into a cup. I'm going to use it later. It's already falling off the bone, so I don't want it all going. That should do. And we're back to cutting our veggies. We have potato there. Don't make it too thin. Also make it a bit thickish. I got 2 potatoes, remember? Make them thicker. This is just to make sure that our oxtail is not runny. Potatoes will just give them that thickness and flavor as well. We check our dumplings. A simple test to the dumplings to see if they're well done is you do the fork test. They still, it's as you can see, it's not yet ready. So you let the dumplings cook. I've gone back to our oxtail, and this is how it looks with not a lot of water, not a lot of fluid in it. It's a little bit, just you can barely taste any seasoning in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a little sprinkle of salt. We're not going to put too much because we're adding spices to it. That's smoked paprika, just for flavor. We're going to put a little bit in there. I did say we're going to use cayenne, but I changed my mind. instead we'll go with chili powder because it's not that overpowering and it's not that hot, and Mr. Marshall can handle this one. Anybody who knows me knows that I love a mixed herb. The food just smells gorgeous and I'm always quite generous with it. I'm just gonna stir. Make sure the flavors get in there. Look at the difference the paprika makes. I haven't even added any beef spices. I've chosen not to this time around. I'm just going to do this with the stock and this peck of spice. So we're gonna go in with our beef casserole seasoning, just a tiny bit of it. Just sprinkle. It sort of thickens as well. Sprinkle that, a little bit of that. We mix. I'm losing a lot of meat to this. Our little, it's a medium peri-peri sauce from Bramwell's. I love a Nando's one, but I just wanted to try out new things. A little bit of that. We're just gonna let it cook on very low heat. Our dumplings are done. We're gonna take them off the heat, and that's how they look. That's our dumplings. So we cover them just a little bit. I'm actually gonna take them off the heat. Next, we're gonna take our oxtail off. That is how good it looks. I'm gonna take it off the heat as well, because we don't want to overdo it. It's falling off the bone. And we're gonna bring in our mountain of vegetables. I'm not gonna use all of them. I just noticed that we have a lot. I'm gonna let this saute and soften up because we have potatoes in there. Make sure you're gonna get all the potatoes out of here. And lots of red pepper. We're gonna do that. Remember the gravy earlier from the thingy? We're gonna add just a little bit back so our pot doesn't dry up. This time around, we're just gonna do a little bit of the casserole seasoning again. And we're gonna cover it up on low heat as well so that our potatoes cook. So our dumplings are ready. We've already plated the 2 dumplings, and we're gonna plate our oxtail. Complete meal, our dumplings with gravy, oxtail, and some green beans and corn. Complete meal, our dumplings with gravy, oxtail.
Anyway, y'all, Bon appetit, God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.